Hello and welcome to That Fire FM TV. I'm your host, Unique Shalon. And first off, I would like to thank our listeners, our supporters, and our viewers. Thank you so much for getting into the fire with us. Without further ado, we have a special guest on tonight's show, no other than DJ King Flow. Welcome to the show.
Thank you guys for having me. Cool to be here.
Yes, and for the people, can you tell us where you're from?
I'm from France. Bonjour tout le monde. All the way from France.
Wow. And how long have you been, DJing and been doing music?
Well, basically my whole life. I started very young when I was 9 years old. So, I never stopped. I just fell in love with the thing. And now I'm 32. I was born 94. So, still doing the damn thing, doing it as a regular job. That's all I do, making beats. I do my radio mix shows. I do promos for artists, mix master. We here.
Wow. So can you tell us what's the story behind the name Mixtape Addict?
Well, I remember one time I was in Spain, thinking about how I could come up with a new plan because I was, having a mixtape series called Mixtape Addict. And then I was juggling between doing mixtapes and making beats for people. And I could not really focus on just one thing. I had to do both. So one day I said, I'm a mixtape addict myself. I just keep going back to it all the time. So that's how I found the name, Mixtape Addict. I thought it was fly to say it, to pronounce it the right way, it flows together. So there we go. That's how I found it. I was in Spain, I think it was 2015, 2014, something like that.
Okay, wow. That's awesome. So who inspired you to start?
A lot of people influenced my music and my way of thinking. If I had to say a few names when it comes to music production, I'd say The Alchemist is one, Dr. Dre is another, Timbaland also, Kanye West, Pete Rock, Dior, period. And if we're talking about mixtapes, legends like DJ K Slade, DJ Hood Kid, Ron G, Kid Capri, DJ Drama too. I remember back, I think it was 2005 when he was raided by the SWAT team.
Yeah.
In ATL, they raided his house for mixtapes. And I thought that was crazy. It kind of showed you the influence of mixtapes in the music industry, to be raided by the police like that for music. That means you're doing something right. So,
Always.
Yeah. So, those people influenced me. And of course, good music in general influenced me. Not only hip hop, like Michael Jackson, Luther Vandross, the Diana Ross, the Supremes, Barry White, even reggae. I just love good music, that's it.
So how do you choose your tracks or create your mixes?
I just follow my instinct, I'd say. I don't really have a preferred type of music or whatever. I just press play and let my feelings tell me what to do. So when artists submit music to me for the show or for mixtapes, as I just hear the quality of the mix, the vibe of the beat, the flow of the MC, trying to know if he has a good message in his music too. It's instinctive, really, when I hear music.
Okay. So how do you stay inspired to keep up with the new music that we have going on now?
It's always been good music. Just have to be curious a little bit. It's everywhere, So I don't know. Just be inspired by life, by music. By the little things in life. And I think that's where you get the most vibes to inspire you. I just became a father too recently, so moments like that. Thank you. So moments like that, that influence you in your life as a man and as a musician. I just try to get good vibes from different places, life, music, movies, friends, discussions.
Do you do a lot of events around in France? What's been your favorite so far?
I used to play in a bar that's like 2 hours away from me, French city called Fontenay-le-Comte. And we definitely had good times out there. You know, people were going wild. Also, I remember one back in the days in my hometown of Orléans, in the center of France, not too far from Paris. We did a show in the whole building. And I remember it was Ray Cross BMF playing at that moment. And the floor started shaking.
Wow.
Because people were, jumping around. And we had to cut the show because, if we kept doing that, the building was gonna fall. So that was a good moment too. And I was also booked in the US, in the UK. In 2024, I did a memorable week of events with a hip-hop soul group called Black Stacks. I did a few shows with them in Seattle and Portland, and definitely great times. It's super cool to be able to travel the world and play your music for other people, play your beats, see their reaction. It keeps you motivated, so.
It does.
Yeah. So many moments, but from ones that I can remember now, those are the ones that I can tell you about.
So do you have any dream collaborations or projects that you would like to do?
There's one artist that's not like a superstar, if we're talking about like crazy superstars like Snoop Dogg, like Travis Scott and all that. But there is one that comes from Mississippi. His name is Big Crit. I love his music. I've always been a fan, even from back in the days when he started. I think it was like 2009, 2008, something like that. Always been a fan of his music, and hopefully one day I can produce some stuff for him.
So when you're doing, would like to do, a collaboration with him, and all of your music and what you do, what kind of message would you like to give to your fans and listeners when you're doing your thing?
I do this because I like to show people that anything is possible, really. Like, if you just put the hard work in and you be a gentle person and know how to connect and network with the right people, then really you can do everything. I'm the proof of that, like I don't have anybody in my family that's in the music industry or close friends, it's all the footwork, like we say, I just did the work, made the right connect. And if that can inspire other people to do the same thing and follow their dreams, then I think my goal is accomplished,
Yes, that's how I feel too. So let me ask you this. I heard that you dip and dabble in radio as well. Can you tell us about that?
You're talking about the Mixtape Addict show, the radio show?
Yes.
Well, I started that show a long time ago, maybe 10 years ago, something like that. And like I told you, I was always juggling between music production and mixtapes, radio, all that, to DJ stuff, So I was doing this show, but not on the regular like I'm doing it now. I dropped a few episodes here and there. Then I stopped because I had to focus on music production, traveling, all that stuff. And in 2024, just right after I met with Black Stacks in Seattle, I don't know, I just had discussions with people, and that kind of brought me back into, the radio world. That's kind of like I started. I remember good moments from when I was 14 years old, I'd say. I was, helping people at a radio station, to invite people for the shows, checked out the machines and all that. So I was the assistant for one of my guys back in the day. So, I always loved radio, and I decided to do it in a major way, create the Mixtape Addict show to bring that mixtape spirit back, bring it on the air. Have some fly guests, to talk about DJ culture, talk about hip hop in general, mixtapes, all that. So from I think it was June 2024 until now, that's when I decided to really get the Mixtape Addict show to another level and have it syndicated on more than 300 stations in 35 countries, if I'm not mistaken. So, I'm trying to take the Mixtape Addict movement global. I have FM stations in France that play the show, Switzerland too, Vietnam, Germany. So, it's global. Movement is global.
So can you tell our viewers what's your like your personal hobbies outside of DJing that people might not know about you?
I'm a big basketball fan.
Okay.
I played basketball for 10 years, maybe 12 years, something like that. Well, lots of years in my life. So I love basketball. I love nature too. I like to go in nature. Like you asked me, where do you find inspiration? Well, sometimes, just kick back in nature, looking at the trees, looking at the sky, just chilling, get your mind together. That's where you get inspiration sometimes. So I'm that type of guy,
All right, this is good and good, but we have to take a quick break. Thank you for tuning in to that Fire FM TV. I'm your host, Shalon. We'll be back with DJ King Flow. Right back.
I need you to call up Stevie D. If he don't pick up, get in contact with Khalil. Definitely gonna need the force on this one. Yeah, I think about her all the time. Can't keep a sexy off my mind. Heartfelt hugs with them juicy kisses. On vacation, taking the flyers pictures. Part of me left same day that she did. Zayn said he seen her fluxing with some new kid. I want her back, now I'm plotting and scheming. She living the best life, I'm home daydreaming.
Daydreaming, always dreaming about you, baby. You know it's true. Daydreaming, thinking of you. Daydreaming, you know it's true. You got me feeling for you. Thinking of you. Daydreaming, sweet as true, be mine. Thinking of you, thinking of you. Daydreaming, takes me where I want to be. Where I want to be. Daydreaming.
On the memory, wrapped in your arms is no place to bomb or would rather be between your legs where it's nice and warm in a heat wave or a thunderstorm. If the weather's frigid in an ice cold blizzard, my door's always open for you to come visit. Have you spread out on some smooth silk fabric, play them for some D's with a touch of blue magic. Just a small sample I have you with, not a part on your body I wouldn't lick. From your head to your toe I go nice and slow. Run to your girlfriends that you dealing with a pro. Yeah, I got you smiling, though I be wildin'. I'm from Stapleton, Staten Island. Bring out your freaky side and get you zoning. Let your head down and watch you get the moaning.
Daydreaming, I'm thinking of you. Daydreaming, you know it's true. Daydreaming, thinking of you. Daydreaming, you know it's true. This daydreaming, thinking of you. Daydreaming, got me going crazy. Thinking of you. Daydreaming, I'm still daydreaming. Where I want to be. Where I want to be. Daydreaming, lets me have you here with me.
Daydreaming about you, baby, it got me in tears. You know, I miss that tender love. You need to let me love you again. You know love is a house and you know you got the key, baby. I need you back.
You don't make it back home. You gotta hide that love deep inside you, understand? Otherwise, these maggots out here on the street, they'll find it, they'll use it against you, and they will chew you up.
For the love of hip hop, hip hop. Yeah. For the love of hip hop, hip hop. Yeah. Come on. For the love of hip hop, hip hop. Yeah. Yeah. For the love of hip hop, hip hop. Listen. Yeah. Come on. Mindset, educated or criminal. We can talk in specifics or speak in general. Shed light on messages and subliminal. Kid rocks, stay young and put in the mineral. What's on your mental for rental, homie? Let's sit and chat. You agitated, aggravated, we'll kick it back. Opinionated and dedicated to giving back. Rejuvenated and elevated to where we at. We incubated, marinated, and let it dry. This is a legacy, homie, I pray will never die. We got the recipe, homie, so let the skillet fry. They keep on testing me, homie, I swear they wanna die. I hope we wake up up. Address the problems we created, get our cake up. Meditate on how I'm feeling, then I bake up. The game is salt and pepper, so it need a shake up. Hip hop. Yeah. For the love of hip hop, hip hop. Yeah. Come on. For the love of hip hop, hip hop. Yeah. Yeah. For the love of hip hop, hip hop. Listen. Yeah. Yeah. Come on.
To satisfy your kind of man. Cause somebody put a urge inside you.
We busy.
Your kind of man.
If the goal is get it poppin', big homie never stopping. We see you moving. Right. If the streets is watching, there's no limit to it. What I do should not be shocking. Most of them struggle with it. Me, I fit in the pocket. Anything but underhand to fill my pockets. That jewel becomes a rule when dudes are really solid. I'm the top professor at the hood college. I know the ins and the outs and how to swim through the drought. I'm polished. It's something you won't miss if you do the knowledge. The closer you get, you'll notice something different about them. Don't call me old head, I prefer high mileage. But I'm in mint condition, my position is valid. You know the lane, I keep the hood balanced. My confidence is brolic, still I move in silence. Y'all get the bag, my money come on pallets. Every third week of the month, I'm on my DJ Khaled, another one.
Ain't nobody's business how we carry on. Cause 100 years from now, when all the dead and gone, ain't nobody's business how we carry on. Cause 100 years from now, when all the dead and gone.
I do big deals with big wheels, at the top and steel. I'm on the foundation, helping the homies build. It's easy to spot them big factory wheels. It's like time slows down when he passes. That's exactly the feel. I'm attached to the real. I'm relaxed in the feel. It's love at the light, but I'm gripping the drill. Cruise control for that magnetic feel. My pedal don't hit the flow. I don't panic and peel. Whoa, Chief is around. Tell the homies to chill. The shooter should be on display the way the mannequins feel. Of course, the real gon' honor the real. Nobody moving till this dude reach the top of the hill. And it feels like a parade cause I'm a major deal. No shade, but I'm never stressing how my presence made you feel. It's structured like a verse, but it touch you like a Bible scripture. I like how you haters got my rivals with you. Another one.
Ain't nobody's business how we carry on. Cause 100 years from now, when all the dead and gone, ain't nobody's business how we carry on. Cause 100 years from now, when all the dead and gone, cause somebody put a urge inside to satisfy your kind of man. Cause somebody put a urge inside to satisfy your kind of man.
And we're back with that Fire FM TV. I'm your host, Unique Shalon, and we are here with DJ King Flow. Let's get back into it. So, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
To be honest with you, I have one of those dreams. Well, it's not. I don't like to say dreams because it's something that I want to do. I want to happen in real life. My goal in the next 5 years is to work on Shade 45.
Okay.
That's it. Bring the Mixtape Addict Show to Shade 45. I already know a couple people out there. I went to the studios in Manhattan. You know, they invited me. Well, the same year I told you I was in North Carolina, May 2025. They invited me for Rappers Out of Control with DJ Clips and DJ Riz. So, you know, the connection is there, and something that hopefully in the next 5 years that's going to happen. I keep my fingers crossed. I keep working as hard as I can, and hopefully it's gonna happen.
For our viewers, can you give us a little insight of what Shade 45 is?
Shade 45, it's a major radio network, satellite network. It's based in New York City, if I'm not mistaken. And it's not online radio, it's not FM radio, it's satellite radio.
Okay.
So that means that it's and censor. Like, they can play uncut shows. You can curse, do whatever you want to do on here. And I think it gives more freedom to artists. Because me, as a European man, when I listen to American FM radio or American TV, there's always censorship. They censor movies, they censor music. And, I like to have my freedom. So I think, Shade 45 definitely respects the culture and definitely want to be a part of it too.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what's going on for the spring or the summer? Do you have any projects coming up?
Yeah, I got a few albums that are coming soon with MCs from the UK, MC from Chicago. I got some stuff with artists from France. Good production credits are gonna be added to my list. That includes Rusty Jugs from New York, Craig G, bunch of new artists. So new music, all the time. I'm trying to drop music, like every 2 months, 3 months, I'm trying to drop a project, an EP, an album. And every week I have the Mixtape Addict show. I play the hottest stuff, from the underground and also from major artists if I like the music. Recently I played the new T.I. joints, him and 50 Cent got some little beef going on. So as a DJ, I have to play the diss tracks, So in the Mixtape Addict show, that's what you're gonna find. Uncut stuff, good hip hop with with a meaning. So you are welcome to check out the show.
And what's the dates on those shows? The tour dates and shows. What's the dates?
If we talk about tour dates, I'm going on a small tour at the end of March and beginning of April. I'll be in the UK and London with Rusty Jugs, Rhyme Assassin, and John Jiggs. I'll be out there, to do a couple shows, spin some music, spin some beats, for the people in the audience. So, and hopefully you can get some more dates in the US. I talked to my guy Lex the Kaiser, trying to organize something for next year, so I can come back to North Carolina and link up with you guys in real life. See that moment I told you about, we're going to shake hands. It might happen very fast. You never know.
Never know. So is there any merch that we can purchase? Do you have any merch?
Yes, I have everything on my Bandcamp page. So it's mixtapeaddict.bandcamp.com. Everything is on there, all my newest musics, albums, EPs, mixtapes too. And there is merch. Everything is there. We ship worldwide. So, you don't have to worry about the crazy taxes, take crazy fees. We ship worldwide. So everything is getting care of,
Okay. So I'm going to change a little gear here. I wanted to know, what's your tradition or your routine that you do on a daily basis that keeps you grounded?
Well, every day I wake up and I try to, make sure I respond to everybody, every emails, every messages that I can receive from people. And every day I'm trying to add more people to my network. That means finding other people to network with, finding email addresses that I can add to my newsletter, stuff like that. I'm trying to progress every day. Even if it's a small percentage of progress, I'm still trying to progress every day.
Okay, so is there any lessons or mantra that you live by?
Well, like I told you earlier, I think everything is possible. Everything is possible. So I like to follow the steps of people that inspired me. If we talk about hip hop entrepreneurs, I'm thinking about Master P. I'm thinking about Nipsey Hussle, Rick Ross, guys like that. They had a strong mindset and a good vision of what their music and their career is. So just trying to stay inspired and keep it doing it my way, believe in myself, and progress every day.
Okay. And another question, if this was your last interview, what would you want people to know about you?
I'd like people to check out all the work that I've done over the years, because I don't think there's many guys that put in the work that I've done, because I've started very young. Like I told you, I started at 9 years old. I produced for American rapper. I was 13 years old. We did crazy numbers on DAT live mixtapes, all that. I was like 15, 16. I'm one of the few guys in France that, did back and forth to the States, produced for guys out there and big names in France too. I did over 300 mixtapes. I produced for legends. I did interviews with legends, and not only on the internet, I moved to different cities, different countries, all that for the love and passion that I have for hip hop and that vision that I have, with Mixtape Addict. So yeah, it's I dropped a vinyl album in 2024 called Lifetime.
Okay.
Because hip hop for me, it's my whole life. Like I told you, I started young, so Lifetime, that can resume what Mixtape Addict and DJ King Flow are.
Okay. And you mentioned earlier that you just had a child. What kind of legacy you want to leave behind for him?
I'm trying to make him the best person that he can be. Be cool to people, and I'm trying to, of course, give him not the passion for hip hop, because he can do whatever he wants. He's a little guy. His name is Paul, and I'm not trying to tell him what to do in life. Like I'm not going to force him to become a beat maker or DJ or whatever. But I'll do my best to expose him to good music, expose him to good movies, or movies that I think are good for me. Trying to give him the love for traveling, of exploring different cultures. I think it's important, as a human being on this planet. It's always good to open your mind, see different things and see that the world is, in fact, a small place.
And so, another question, where can people find your mixtapes? You say you did over 300 or so in your lifetime. Where can we find your mixtapes? If we
I did my best to collect them, the ones that I could, find, because I did 300 mixtapes, so I lost some tapes. But I did my best to put everything on my website. It's mixtapeaddictmedia.com. I'll say it again if you didn't hear it. Mixtapeaddictmedia.com. You'll find everything on there, or most of my mixtapes, every episode of my radio show, biography, my production list, all the music that I produce for people. Everything is on there. It's very complete. I will try to, do my best to make the website as good as possible. So once again, mixtapeaddictmedia.com. And if you're too lazy, you just type in Mixtape Addict on Google, or you can ask your AI, whatever AI you want to use, you can ask about Mixtape Addict and DJ King Flow. They'll tell you everything about it.
Well, I have really enjoyed the show tonight. I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in to that Fire FM TV. I'm your host, Unique Shalon. We were on here tonight with the DJ King Flow. Thank you so much, and we're out. Peace.